I'm Kiamkhetso Matso, the Chief Executive Officer of Aqua Air Africa. Atmospheric water is water generated by utilizing technology to extract humidity from the air. So what we do is that we are inspired by nature. So we utilize the same condensation process that you would find in nature to extract humidity, which is then condensed, UV sterilized, filtered to produce pure drinking water.
How's it done?
If you think about how, the process with rain clouds, how basically rain is made, but we utilize technology to give you the same effect. Taking it a step further, back in the day, what you would find is that with fog harvesting, so you would go camping, you'd run out of water. After you run out of water, you take a clear white sheet and then you just put it in quite a humid area, and you'd be able to, gather a bit of water depending on the temperature. So you have to have the temperature at a certain level. So looking at that old method, we are now utilizing our technology to actually produce pure drinking water. So the condensation, and you're able to get water from air.
Wow. So talk to us about the atmospheric water technology. How old is it? How did you get involved? Is it 100% safe?
100% safe. So with us, when we started the installation and commissioning of our plant, it was very important to really start engaging the relevant regulatory bodies. This includes your South African Bureau of Standards, so your SABS, and ensuring that our water is SANS compliant. So our water meets your drinking water standards, which is SANS 241 and SANS 1862, meaning that our water is safe for consumption. It actually tastes great, so I hope you enjoy it. And regarding the technology itself, it's been around for quite some time. It's been around the world, and we can't necessarily say that we own the technology in the world, because there are countries such as your Peru, the Middle East, Asia, where it has been quite popular. But we believe that we are the first in Africa to do it at the scale that we do. So sure, there are other organizations that do sell the dispensers and everything, but when it comes to setting up this plant and saying that we're able to really scale it to a level where you're able to meet the needs of the public or industry or agriculture, we would be the first. Transformation in business is important because we need to evolve. Not only do we need to redress or correct, but we need to evolve, and we need to empower, but we need to enable. And that requires quite a lot of work in South Africa, because as much as we are heading to that direction, what you're also finding is that are the people that you want to transform ready for that transformation? Have we enabled people? Have we created, the right foundation to do that? And for me, transformation is important. If you go into Aqua Air, you will see that, like I mentioned, how we've been able to take people from the community and really change their lives by giving them jobs, but also upskilling them, and also ensuring that they see a better future for themselves. So not necessarily absorbing them and putting them in one place, but then for them to actually transform their futures into a different thing. And then from a leadership perspective, I believe that transformation within Aqua Air, as MGI, a group, has shown that they want to really be at the forefront of it by ensuring that they're making decisions where they are empowering young black female, they're empowering youth, through giving them opportunities to lead, because the best thing that you can do is give people the opportunities to do that, but that needs also preparation. And from my side, I'm very, very passionate about, like I said in the beginning, the ascension of women in male-dominated industries, and I make a conscious decision to hire quite a large number of women and youth within the organization, and to really become that face that changes the face of business. And that's how I would view transformation. The girl child always dares to dream, but the girl child is never given the platform to see those dreams actualize. So when you're giving the girl child the platform to really take what they've already absorbed from the world, it's no secret that young women tend to be more burdened. in society, you know. So young women, you know, back in the day, you weren't even given the opportunity to finish your studies. So
or to even go to school.
Or even to go to school, you know, you weren't even allowed to vote. You know, if you go really back, young women didn't have any opportunity to really think about dreaming further. The young women could never see themselves running GSE listed companies. They could never see themselves running factories. They couldn't see themselves in those positions. And so when you're taking the hungry, the disenfranchised, the disempowered, and you give them that platform to really show you what they have, because I mean, they've got the fighting spirit already. You already become rejected so many times in your life when you're a young black woman. So imagine when you get that platform to shine, the sky is the limit.
A book you can recommend?
A book that I could recommend. That's very interesting. I've got two books that I would recommend. One that is actually fiction and one that is, I guess, non-fiction. Currently, I've just finished reading, I think it's quite, you know, people would say this and say it's mediocre, but the 5 a.m. Club, which really focuses on really transforming your mind and really seeing things differently, changing your habits, changing how you approach life and how seriously you take yourself. So the 5 a.m. Club has really been quite a pleasant read for me in 2019. And then a book that I think did quite a lot of impact for me was The Famished Road, which is a book written by a Nigerian author called Ben Okri. So it's almost like a fictional book, but then I think that's one of those things that really touched me quite a lot, from, you know, the backdrop of the book itself, based in, you know, post-colonial Nigeria. And just, you know, looking at the societal problems that you know, the country actually faced. But there's quite a lot of books that I would definitely recommend. Yeah.